Okay. So I will call this meeting to order at 12:03 p.m. Territorial acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge that the SFSS is located on the traditional unceded territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Coquitlam, and Katzie nations. Unceded means that these territories have never been handed over, sold, or given up by these nations, and we're currently situated on occupied territories. And I know we're all calling in from many different places, so please be mindful of whose lands you're on. You can check on nativeland.ca, I believe. Nativeland.ca. Okay, so we'll call it attendance. So state your name, pronoun, and any access needs. So I can go first. I'm Jennifer, she, her pronouns, and all my access needs are met right now. At-large Rep Poom.
Hello, I'm Poom. My pronouns are he and his, and access needs are met.
Thanks, Poom. Next, we have our FCAT rep, Heather.
I'm Heather, my pronouns are he, him, his, and my access needs are met as of now. Except that my camera will be turned off as I'm just woke up.
Thanks, Heather. And our education rep, Emily.
Hi, my name is Emily. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and all my access needs are met.
Thank you, Emily. Next, we have Emma.
Hi, my name is Emma. My pronouns are she, her, and all my access needs are met.
Thank you. And Fiona.
Hi, my name is Fiona. My pronoun is she and hers, and all my access needs are met.
Thanks, Fiona. And next, we have Abby.
Hi, my name is Abby. My pronouns are he, him, and all my access needs are met.
Thank you. And Ahad.
Hi, I'm Ahad. My pronouns are he, him, and my access needs are being met right now.
Thank you. And we have our council rep, Adrian.
Hi, I'm Adrian. Pronouns are she, her, and all my access needs are being met right now.
Thank you. We also have SFSS staff with us today, our events coordinator, Dipti.
Hi, my name is Dipti. Pronouns she, hers, and all my access needs are met.
Thank you. I will move on to adoption of the agenda now. So be it resolved to adopt the agenda as presented. Can I get a mover?
Emily.
Thanks, Emily. Can I get a seconder?
Fiona.
Thank you, Fiona. Okay, I have to move to add a bunch of things. And oh, did I miss Yashvir? Wait, let me go back to the agenda. Oh, sorry, Yashvir, you can go ahead to do your introduction.
It's okay. Hi, my name is Yashir. My pronouns are he, him, his, and my access needs are met.
Thank you. Okay, so for amendments to the agenda, I'm going to add a bunch of things. I sent an email like yesterday, so I am going to move to amend the agenda to include approving minutes from August 28th. And then I'll also add a motion, so be it resolved to approve $120 for an honorarium for the second food justice webinar, and then I also want to include some more attachments from the club and GSC collaborations. It's all in the email. I'll add a discussion item, food justice webinar facilitator. No, actually, no, I'm not going to add that because we discussed that before. No, I should add that to get it officially on the minutes. Sorry. I'll add food justice webinar facilitator as a discussion item. And then I'll add updates from the time management workshop, the Adobe Illustrator workshop, the Figma workshop, Dance Week, bullet journaling. And then I believe Abby also has an amendment. Abby needs, okay, so I'll just amend a motion to approve $98 for the Stanley Cup Finals Watch Party. Abby, do you have the exact wording of the motion?
That I was just going with the title of Stanley Cup Finals Watch Party, okay. So I figured, and then it's $98 because of 50 plus 25 plus 10 plus 15% contingency. I'm trying. I don't know how to I'm trying to hold on.
Okay, so I have the motion drafted. I'm going to paste it in the chat. It's pretty simple. So the motion is be it resolved to approve $98 for the Stanley Cup Finals Watch Party event. I also have to add regrets from Karishma. And that should be all the amendments for today. Okay, so can I get a move? No, I moved. Can I get a seconder for these amendments?
Abby.
Thanks, Abby. All in favor for this huge batch of amendments seeking unanimous consent. So unmute your mic if you dissent. Okay, so that carries. Now we're back to the main motion, which is be it resolved to adopt the agenda as amended. All in favor seeking unanimous consent. Okay, so motion is carried as amended. I can't believe I did that. That was pretty good. I'm very proud of myself. Okay, so now I can't remember if regrets came first or minutes, because I haven't gotten minutes in a while. So I'm just gonna say regrets. Okay, so be it resolved to ratify the regrets from Karishma Sen. Can I get a mover?
Heather.
Thank you, Heather. Can I get a seconder?
Emma.
Thanks, Emma. So for discussion, Karishma just couldn't make it today. She's not feeling really well. So I'll move on to a vote now. All in favor seeking unanimous consent? Okay, so that motion carries. So Karishma's regrets are ratified. Now I'm going to move on to the approval of minutes from August 28th. I think the minutes should have been sent out. So I don't remember how this motion went. Be it resolved to approve the minutes from events 2020-08 to 8. Can I get a mover?
Fiona.
Thanks, Fiona. Can I get a seconder?
Abby.
Thank you, Abby. So for discussion, I know some people might not be familiar with this process yet because we haven't gotten minutes in a while. It's kind of backlogged right now. But basically, after every meeting, we have meeting minutes, and then we're supposed to read over the meeting minutes before the next meeting. And then, like, if there's no typos or if the meeting minutes are accurate, then we can pass a motion to basically approve it. And then I have to send these minutes to the board to also approve it, like receive and file it. So yeah, basically all we would have to do with a motion like this is like say, okay, these minutes are accurate. They accurately reflected what happened at the meeting. And it seems like it does for me. So yeah, I will move on to a vote if there's no further discussion. So seeking unanimous consent. All in favor seeking unanimous consent? Okay, so that motion carries. Now, what is next? I think it's new business next. So we have 5.1, Food Justice Webinar Speaker Honorarium. Be it resolved to approve $75 for the Food Justice Webinar Speaker Honorarium. Can I get a mover?
Abby.
Thanks, Abby. Can I get a seconder?
Heather.
Thank you, Heather. So basically, this is for the food justice webinar happening this Friday. We realized, me and Anuki realized we never passed a motion to approve money to give to the speaker as an honorarium because we previously just passed money on the gift cards that we're giving away. We never passed any money on like the actual honorarium. So this is just approving honorarium before the event happens so we can pay the speaker for their time. Any further discussion or questions? It's pretty straightforward. So I don't see any discussion. Move on to a vote. So I'll read out the motion again. Be it resolved to approve $75 for the Food Justice Webinar Speaker Honorarium. All in favor seeking unanimous consent? Okay, so that motion carries. I will move on to the next motion, which is also about the food justice webinar. So motion, I think 5.2. Be it resolved to approve $120 for an honorarium for the second food justice webinar. So can I get a mover?
Abby.
Thanks, Abby. Can I get a seconder?
Fiona.
Thank you, Fiona. So for discussion, I think you might remember when Anuki brought this food justice workshop or webinar series to the table at an events committee meeting a few months ago. She wanted to have like a two-part series. So this would just be for the second part. We're thinking of getting an indigenous speaker to talk about like the land and food systems and stuff like that. So this motion would basically be paying them for their time, and the $20, it's $120, but the $20 is like contingency. The actual honorarium would be $100, and it's more than 75 because this speaker or like facilitator, it would be a little bit more work intensive because they're actually like physically doing something instead of just speaking, and then it's more of a workshop than like a lecture. And that's why it's $100 and not 75. I think it also takes more time because the first food justice webinar, the one happening this Friday, it's just speaking for 30 minutes and then like Q&A for the last 30 minutes. Whereas this workshop would be like an hour or 45 minutes or something of like actual workshop stuff. Hopefully that makes sense. Adrienne says, great idea. Do we have any further discussion on this motion? I think it's pretty straightforward too, so I'm going to move on to a vote. So be it resolved to approve $120 for an honorarium for the second food justice webinar. All in favor seeking unanimous consent? Okay, it looks like the motion carries. I think next is Abby's motion, which is be it resolved to approve $98 for the Stanley Cup Finals Watch Party event. Yeah, let me just double check. Okay, yeah, it's motion, it's 5.3. So Abby, do you have, oh no, I need to get a mover and seconder first. Can I get a mover for this motion?
Yashvir.
Thanks, Joshvir. Can I get a seconder?
Fiona.
Thank you, Fiona. Okay, now on to discussion. So Abby, do you have the document ready yet?
I emailed it to you guys.
Okay.
I forgot the description part, but basically you get the description when you look at like everything else. I'll just explain it really, really quick. Basically, what the plan is we'll have a Zoom call, and what I can do then is there's a website called Billasport, which I can stream off of, and I'll just screen share my screen with the game, and it'll have all the audio and stuff. And then in the intermissions, we can do hockey trivia, and there'll be a $50 prize for the first place winner, $25 prize for second place, and a $10 prize for third place. And then the rest of the budget is just contingency. It would start at 5, and it would go until the end of the game, which we don't know how long that'll be. And I'm sorry this is so last minute because the NHL is really bad about putting out their schedules. And I didn't know if this event was going to be possible because I think it could have potentially been Friday, but that would have been too short notice. So I needed Tampa to win a game, and they won a game. So now I think there's enough of a runway where I can promote it and get 20 to 25 people, which is what I was hoping for, to come and watch.
Okay. So I think this is a great idea. I know it's a little tight, but to be honest, we've kind of had this like in the back of our minds for a while now because Abby, you brought this up at the committee level and we kind of discussed it. We're just unsure about the timeline. However, the concern I have is we don't have any graphics. We didn't do any promotion for it. So I don't know if you have friends that could come or if you can like quickly whip up a graphic to post on our social media, that would be best.
I can whip up a rough one really quickly. And I do have a good base of 10 people who I know will come for sure. So it's just a matter of getting the second half of the audience.
Okay. Because I know there might be a lot of hockey fans at SFU, and maybe we could contact a few clubs and different people to just promote this really quickly. But I think it's possible. We've promoted a lot of things last minute before, and yeah, if we have people who will for sure come, I think it will be okay. So does anyone have further discussion about this? So it's $50 for the first place, $25 for the second, and $10 for the third place. Is it gift cards?
Yes, I was thinking Amazon just because that'd be easy, quick, and we can just get that fast.
Okay. So maybe if like not enough people come, we can like adjust as needed. But
then we can maybe just do it. If it's under 10, I think just one $50 prize will be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So any further discussion? Does anyone have any thoughts about this event and whether you think we should host it, or like, I don't know. I have faith in you, Abby. I think you can like get all this together. But yeah, any general thoughts or any concerns? Okay. Emily, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Abby. I really like this idea. I'm not like personally that involved with hockey, but I know there's a huge fan base and the fans are usually super passionate, so I'm sure they'd come out. I'm just wondering, for the prize, would it just be like a door prize? So whoever attends would just be raffled?
So it's we're gonna have trivia, and it depends on our attendance. If our attendance is good, we'll probably do it in the second intermission just to make sure people stick around. I can send you guys the trivia probably tonight. And then if there's a tie, there's a couple of websites I can use for like a tiebreaker, but it would be based on how well people perform in trivia.
Okay. Another question I had is, Abby, if you're hosting this event, like, can your computer handle like screen sharing and Zoom at the same time?
Yeah, I literally just did it for our practice run of the murder mystery night. Yeah, I literally had to do that for that, so I think we'll be okay.
Okay. And you would have to do that for like the entire event, so like many hours.
That's
okay.
Fine.
Okay, that's good. All right. Any further discussion or questions? Yashvir says, this is more on the technical side of things, but Zoom screen share and streams tend to lag a lot. Yeah. I know we discussed the possibility of getting Twitch, but like there were some legal things to do with that. And I don't think we can like get it together in time for Saturday. Zoom might be the easiest, but let's just hope that it does not lag. And if it does, I'm pretty sure we can adapt or something and just use Zoom for chat and just to like talk to each other and see people's reactions. One thing to remember is that if you want to screen share, you have to enable sharing system sounds so people can hear what your video or your computer is doing. And then you have to like close all your Facebook tabs so you don't get all the annoying notifications so people don't hear that. But yeah, otherwise, fingers crossed, like Adrian said. Any further discussion on this event? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we will move on to a vote. I will copy paste the motion again. So be it resolved to approve $98 for the Stanley Cup Finals Watch Party event. So all in favor, seeking unanimous consent? Okay, it looks like the motion carries. And Abby, I can touch base with you later regarding like tickets and like Eventbrite stuff. Okay, so I will move on. It's so hard keeping track of all these amendments. I think we have a discussion item next. So first up is 6.1 Tidy Tuesdays. Dipti, do you want to talk a little bit about that and then the specific dates?
Yeah. So me and Shelly, we have planned this SFSS event and we named it as Tidy Tuesdays. And this will be hosted by a professional organizer, Coralie Pearson. You can see the event plan is attached with this. We just have a bit of a change. It did say it would be October 6th, 13th, 20th, and the week after, which would be in November. But we're actually taking 2 weeks break, and then we're going to start on November 10, 17, and 24. This will be a 30-minute session with like 20 minutes presentation and 10 minutes for question and answer. And you can also see how the topic will be. So the first one would be like organizing basics. Second one would be like study and workspace organization. Third one we were planning is like organizing your day. And then the remaining 3, we actually, that's like digital space organization, organizing your paperwork and living space. So Coralie, actually, she does have a daughter who goes to university. So she's very much like, and she's professional. So she's very much aware of like what kind of organizing students need. So she'll be targeting the university or level organizing actually. Yeah, rest all the information is in the event plan. Any question you guys have?
Wait, so I have a question.
Yes.
So you mentioned there was a change because I put all this in the events calendar link that I shared with everybody so that we don't plan a conflicting event. But what was the...
So I just got like this morning, I got this change that she does have something in the week after October 20th. So she would like to take 2 weeks break and then start again in November. So that's the only small change we have. So November 17th and 24th.
So instead of October 27th, 3rd, and 10th, it would be November 17 and 24?
27th, 3rd, we actually going November 10th. So 10th would be the way it is. Yeah, we did have November 10th as well. So just October 27th and November 3rd. So we're going to take break on those 2 weeks. And instead of that, we're going to add 2 more weeks after the 10th.
Okay, so the new dates would be November 10th, 17th, and 24th. So we also can't host any events during that time. And it would be 3:30 to 4 p.m.?
That's right.
Okay. I would just make sure that we don't host any events at that time. Does anyone else have any thoughts on Tidy Tuesdays? What do you like the idea? Or... I think it's going to be a Zoom type of thing where people would have to get tickets and attend. And yeah, any thoughts? Okay, I assume the silence means that everybody likes the idea. Emily says, I like it.
Yeah, please make sure you guys attend it. If not, share it with your friends so we get more and more attendees.
Yeah. Is it going to be posted on social media soon?
It's already up on Facebook. And Jennifer, can you ask Sindhu to send you the link so you can post it on our SFSS events Instagram page?
Yeah, I can do that. Let me just make a note. Okay. So Adrienne says she likes the idea too. It's a cute title. Fiona says same here. Heather agrees. Emily says seems like on brand with other events we've done with the bullet journaling and stuff. Actually, the time management and bullet journaling workshops, they got like the most people who registered for like any online event that's been hosted, except you know, not a lot of people showed up because I think they got busy. But we do have recordings, and a lot of people said they're going to watch the recordings. So actually, Dipti, will Tidy Tuesdays be recorded?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm hoping we get our own license by then, but let's see.
Okay. All right, further discussion. I'll count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I will move on. Thank you, Dipti, for bringing this up. I think it's a great idea. I'll move on to other discussion items then. So 6.2 is student group collaborations for October. So hopefully everybody remembers from the previous few meetings, but the way that we're doing student group collaborations is instead of getting one specific person to handle like all of the collaborations, we're gonna bring all the applications to the events committee, and then people can pick and choose which ones they want to take on. So I believe we've received 4 applications so far. There might be more coming in that I can forward to everybody because the application deadline is like after this meeting. So the first one is SFU Esports. It's called Halloween Game Fest. During Halloween, they're planning to do a similar event to the Summer Game Fest. And they'll have multiple casual games per night, like Scriblio, Jackbox, Minecraft, Among Us, Animal Crossing. Except the only difference between the Summer Game Fest and this Halloween Game Fest is that there's no competitive tournaments. The tentative dates are October 28th to October 31st, and they want gift cards around $600 to be raffled off, and they are planning to do a grant to cover any other costs. Another thing to keep in mind is that they are collaborating with Canadianized Asian CAC. I forgot what that stands for, but would anybody be interested in taking this event on as game lead and working with esports and CAC on this? Oh, Emily says she can. That's awesome. I can send you the information, the contact details of the applicant. Let me just write this down. And then I can send like an email intro. Or, oh, CAC is Canadianized Asian. I feel like it's not Chinese. Canadianized Asian Club. Yes, that's it. Okay. Abby says I can support. Okay, so I'll put Emily and Abby. So hopefully it won't be like last year where you're like super overwhelmed and confused, because we'll have 2 people supporting, which is awesome. Fiona says I can help. Okay, so after this events committee meeting, I'm going to send an email and then like to the applicant and then CC all of you and say like these people can help you out. And maybe we can get more details about what exactly they're expecting from the SFSS events. Like, and if they just want the $600 for gift cards, maybe think about if that's reasonable based on the event they're proposing, and then bring it back to this committee so we can pass money on that event. Okay, so next we have an archaeology student society event. Oh, it's for next Wednesday. Technically, this is supposed to be collaborations for October, but I can just give some detail. And if anybody wants to take it on, feel free to. But then if nobody wants to take it on, then I guess we won't accept this event. So basically, it sounds really cool. It's an Indiana Jones movie night and Q&A with archaeologists. So they're going to watch Indiana Jones, and then afterwards they're going to have a Q&A with archaeology majors, grad students, and professors. And then they can talk about like whether Indiana Jones is accurate. And the best platforms to stream movies to multiple people would be Zoom or Discord, but with Discord, a Nitro membership would be required. They want access to movies either through purchase or streaming. Its estimated cost is $50. They are possibly planning to apply for a grant. But I am a little hesitant for this because I know like I wanted to host a movie night, but then I wasn't really allowed to stream it. And it seems like they're planning to buy a movie and then stream it for multiple people, which I don't know if it's allowed. I don't know. Does anybody want to take on this project? Or I guess I can always email them and tell them about Criterion because we get free movies through that. but I feel a little bit iffy and concerned about this one, especially because it's happening next week, and technically it's not legal to stream movies like that. Does anyone have any thoughts on this application?
Do we have timeline? Did we, when we posted about the collaboration, did we tell them they have to bring in the events or at least give us 2 weeks time? Because considering when we have our events committee meeting, then we should disqualify, say that because the event is next week, we cannot approve it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe for the next event we can collaborate, but for this one, I don't think, because there's not enough time as well.
Because this, it's supposed to be collaborations for October. I guess they thought maybe September 30th was really close to October, but I can email them and say that it's too late. Okay, so then I will move on to the next one, which is the French Student Union. Ooh, they want a rendezvous with a francophone celebrity. I think they want money to have an honorarium for the presenter. And I'm pretty sure that grants have a limit, but I don't know if grants would cover what they're thinking of, because they're not sure who will even be the presenter. Doesn't seem like everything's super planned out yet. They're gonna poll French and SFU students soon. So, I have a comment here. Adrian says, streaming the movie is dicey. I just got a message yesterday that they're stopping the month of welcome movie events. Yeah, it's so complicated. Okay. So was anyone interested in collaborating with the French Student Union? I feel like if anybody did collaborate, we could just ask them to submit a grant first, because I feel like a speaker honorarium can be easily covered through a grant instead of going to the events committee and then having us approve it and then so on. So if nobody is interested, I can just send them an email. Okay, I'm not getting any comments, so I'm gonna move on. And I have to make an amendment to the agenda, meaning I would need 2/3 majority, I think. I need to add a discussion item. I forgot to do this, but I need to add a discussion item for social media marketing event. So I will move to add this to the agenda. Can I get a seconder for this amendment?
Abby.
Thank you, Abby. For discussion, like I just forgot to add it. Sorry, Dipti. But we're adding it now. So yeah, if there's no further discussion, we will move on to a vote, and we need 2/3 majority. So seeking unanimous consent. All in favor seeking unanimous consent? Okay, so motion carries unanimously, so that's more than 2/3 majority. We have a bunch of other discussion items, so it will be at the end, if that's okay with you, Dipti. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Sorry, Dipti, did you want to say something?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next collaboration, the last one that was submitted. Okay, this is a long one. This is the Communications Evolve Zoom series thing. looks like I think they submitted using the old form. I can't find any details about when this is. Heather, do you happen to know when?
It's from 25 to 27. This Friday to Sunday.
Oh, okay. That's
from 2 to 3.
That's really soon. I don't know if we can. It doesn't even say how much money they're asking or like what kind of support they need. So, yeah, this is very unclear. I guess that's way too soon anyway. Oh, Heather, you listed yourself. Did you already say what you wanted to say?
No, I just like, yeah, even I was confused about what they want to say because last month I had discussions with Julia about this event. Like they want to go with this event. And what I can do is I can get in touch with Julia. She's the CMS president and see like what they want. But the problem is like she's not that active on Facebook and she like often replies late. So that's the best we can do. So do you want me to go and like get in touch with her?
Yeah, but make it clear that like our next events committee meeting is 2 weeks from now, and that might be too late, and we can only approve money like at meetings. So we probably can't support monetarily, but we can see if we can support by like promoting the event.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks. Dipti, you're next on the list.
Yeah, so now since we're discussing about the events collaboration, maybe can one of us make a list of things that we can post alongside saying that your events will not be approved or your collaboration will not be approved if one of the following applies, and then one can be like not enough notice or no budget mentioned kind of thing, and then we just know, so that way we're not really like, when we bring it to the committee, we just say, okay, well, this proposal doesn't really have a budget mentioned, so that way we just not looking at this proposal, and that just saves the time in this meeting as well.
Yeah. I think the first time we did this collaboration this year, it was kind of confusing because the email that I got as an executive of a club, when I clicked the link, it led me to the old form, and I think that's what happened with Communication Student Union, because the form, it still says like email education rep for more information, but the newer form has email VP Student Life. So I think that might be what happened, and in the future we can try to like make sure the link to the form is correct and like create a new form and add like, please give us enough notice and other FAQ must knows like that. Yeah. So if that's all for this discussion item, I will move on to 6.3, which is October events dates.
Jennifer, Heather listed.
Thanks. Heather, you can go ahead.
Yeah, is there a deadline for the application for this events club that the clubs and DSUs have? Or like they can just apply anytime?
The deadline is the 27th, I think.
No, like let's suppose my event is like next week on Monday. So when's the deadline for me to apply? Let's suppose I'm from a club. You get my question?
Like the deadline, I would say, should be 1 day before the events committee meeting. So in the future, we can say like our next meeting is on the 7th. So in the future, we can say deadline for November events. You must apply like before the meeting. Okay, I'll make note of that and let Sindhu know.
And I had another question. The form that the clubs and DSUs need to fill, where can you find that? Because I'll be talking about it in my monthly meeting.
Oh, it's emailed out to everybody. So if you're a club exec or DSU on the SFSS portal, you'll get an email about it. I have the link to the form, but since we want to change it, I might make a new one for November. And yeah, so there's no link right now because I want to make an updated one with everything we talked about at this meeting. But I'll be sure to send the link out to events committee members. So if you know people who would be interested in filling out this application, then you'll also have the link. I'm just gonna move on to the next discussion item, 6.2, No, 6.3, October events dates. Okay, we have a bunch of exciting events coming up for October, but I just want to finalize the dates so I can put it on the calendar and just like be sure of it. So far, we have Tidy Tuesdays dates confirmed. We also have the photography workshops that I'm working on confirmed. That will be on Tuesday, the October 6th and Friday, October 9th. Some October events we talked about last events committee meeting included Modern Family Trivia Night. I think Emma and I were working on that. Emma, do you remember if we decided a date for it?
I think we wanted to do like mid-October, like the week of the 12th or something like that, but it wasn't finalized.
Okay. Maybe Friday the 16th, but then we also have like a spooky or like just a fall themed paint night that we want to do, and I don't want to make these conflict. Does anybody who's part of the paint night group have any preference for dates and times? I think it was Adrian and Poom and some other people, but those are the two I remember. So I'm gonna call on you. Do you have any preferred dates for a paint night? Oh, Dipti, go ahead.
Sorry, it's not about paint night, but I would like to say since the end of the October is Halloween, if no one has any idea, I am talking with two artists, the professional artist one. One is the artist in residence with City of Maple Ridge, and she is ready to do pumpkin carving Zoom workshop for us. She would demonstrate, and I asked her we want the workshop so that the students won't need to go out and bring in the professional tools. And you can carve the pumpkin with anything and everything that you have available at home. She's pretty reasonable. She's only going to charge $100 for the 1 hour session. So, and she gave me dates is like October 13th, October 23rd. Sorry, Jennifer, we didn't have a meeting about this, but I just wanted to like bring it out there and see like, this would be really nice and something like that complements the Halloween time as well. I'm also talking with one of the other artists, and I asked her if she can host a lantern making workshop for Halloween. So something that doesn't require students to go out and bring in supplies, but can make it like at home.
I think that would be really cool. I just had an idea, like imagine if because this month we did like cultural week and dance week. What if we had like the last week of October be like Halloween or like spooky themed week or something? I think that would be really cool. And then we can have something happening like every day of the week. But then we can have different people hosting every day, so it's not super overwhelming for one person. So how do we feel about having like craft events on like the week of the 26th? I know, Dipti, you said the pumpkin carving goes to the 23rd, so maybe we can have that on the 23rd. And
yeah.
Then, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put this down tentatively. Okay, and then, so how do we feel about having like a fall themed paint night on the week of the 26th? And what week would be best for it? Or what day of the week? Because I don't know people's class schedules, but I'm not free in the evenings on Thursdays, but every other day I'm good to go. I don't know, what is your availability? I'm gonna pick on you, Adrian. What day of the week do you think would work for the painting event?
Oh, there we go. I'm just looking at my calendar now for the 26th. You're talking evening, right, Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I am looking at this. I am okay, except I don't know if you would count this evening, but on the Tuesday I have a work meeting 4 to 5. So the rest of the evenings I am all open.
Okay. Maybe we can do a Wednesday evening. Is that good with everybody who is working on the painting event? Okay. I'm in so many group chats, I literally cannot remember who was part of the painting thing, but I remember Poom saying something about it, so I'm gonna pick on you. Oh shoot, is council not on that day? I don't know. But we can always make it later than a council meeting because I think those end at 6 p.m. latest, so we can make it like 7 p.m. and then we can have, yeah, we can just have a chill time later in the evening. Okay, shoot, I just remember that some people might be at the Emerge SFE workshops at that time. But okay, I think it should be fine. 2 different audiences. I'm gonna move spooky painting for that day, and then maybe we can say 7 p.m. for now. 7, oops. Okay, and then we also have the Stranger Things Murder Mystery Night event on the 24th at 7 p.m. So that's also kind of confirmed. Oh, and Emma, I was thinking that we could have maybe a smaller group because I'm really worried that people's computers would not work well, and then people's, like, there might be tech issues if we had too big of a group and too many people in the Zoom meeting. So maybe we can host a Stranger Things themed like murder mystery night with a smaller group on the 24th, and then maybe do it again the next week.
Yeah, I like that idea because, like, personally, my laptop can get quite glitchy when there's a lot of people. So if we could do that, that would be great.
Yeah, maybe instead of having 8 groups, we could have like 2 or 3 groups. And then that way friends can go to this event together, and then I would be able to sort them into the breakout rooms manually together. Okay. So for the dates of October events, I'm thinking, so Modern Family Trivia Night could be October 16th on the Friday. Then Mental Health Workshop, which we haven't discussed yet, but I was in the group chat talking about this, could be on Monday the 19th because nobody likes Mondays, and maybe this workshop can help a little bit. And it's right in the middle of midterm season, so it might help. What else haven't we discussed? Oh, a horror movie night. This we can do because I think we were talking about doing a Netflix party. And then maybe if people don't have Netflix, most people do, but if they don't and they specifically request it, we can get them 1 or 2 people Netflix, just because we don't want to exclude anybody. But we're not going to be promoting like, hey, you can get free Netflix or anything, in case like people try to take advantage of that. It's more like if you really want to come but you just don't have Netflix, and then you reach out and ask, we can try to sort that out. But SFU told me that using Netflix Party was like a legal option because everybody's paying for their own Netflix subscription, and then it's not like streaming, it's more like synchronizing and watching together. And then that way people can type stuff in the chat as well. And in the Discord, we were talking about not having like a really graphic horror movie, but more of like a suspense thriller type thing with not a lot of jump scares. So what date would be best for a horror movie night? Does Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday work? We can't do the Monday because that's actually the AGM. I forgot who was supposed to host the movie night, but I don't know, would Friday work? Friday, October 30th? Okay, I'm just gonna double check who is actually in the movie night group chat so I can call on people. I can't find the group chat. Okay, so people are saying that Friday is a good idea, so I would just put that down for Friday. So that will be Friday the 30th. But then we still need to fill up on the 29th and the 27th. I think I'm forgetting some events. Oh, the Friends trivia night. I hate Friends. I can't handle the laugh tracks, but for people who are, I think it was Heather and Adrienne, please let me know when you are available for the Friends trivia night, hopefully on the last week of October. Does the 29th work? Thursday?
I'm just gonna speak down. I just put list. Didn't we pick a date for the Friends trivia night in the chat?
Did we what?
Didn't we already pick a date for the Friends trivia?
When was it supposed to be? I can't remember. There's too many things.
Oh yeah. Let me just. Okay, there's so many group chats. Tuesday, October 13th at 7 p.m. is what we had.
Okay, that can work. Do you think, okay, that's in like 3 weeks. Do you think we can get stuff together by then? Okay. Wait, Adrienne, don't you have work meetings Tuesday at that time?
Double check my calendar 1 second.
Okay.
I believe I don't know, because I think I already checked when we set it in Facebook, because I think that meeting's bi-weekly.
Okay, so then we can do the 13th for Friends Trivia, the 16th for Modern Family Trivia. Then
I don't know if you don't think that's enough, though. We can always
wait. How did I said? Okay, yeah. So it's the 13th. I think it's enough time. I made my sister come up with a bunch of trivia questions because she loves Friends, and yeah. So we have the questions pretty much done. So it should be enough time. Also, do you want to talk about a music trivia night? Like, when would you be free to do something like that?
On the group chat, I said the 16th, I believe, but I think you just mentioned the 16th for something else as well, right?
Oh, okay. That's the same day as the Modern Family Trivia Night, so we're gonna have to move one of them.
How about the 23rd?
23rd is the pumpkin carving one.
Let's just not do a Friday then. Do you want to do Thursday maybe, like the 15th or the 22nd?
Oh, okay. Maybe the 22nd, because on the 15th we could also just do trivia week and then have like Friends trivia and the Modern Family trivia and the music trivia.
True, that's not a bad idea.
But okay, I'm just worried because the 15th, it seems like very far away, but it's gonna come up really fast. So if you think you can come up with a bunch of trivia questions for the 15th, I think it might be okay. Sadly, I probably can't attend because I have a class from 5:30 to 9 p.m. But I trust that the events will go well. I'll put it down for the 15th then.
Okay, yeah, I'll ask Anuki once again, but I think the 15th should be okay.
Okay, sounds good. And then we have another events committee meeting before all that happens. So if you need more people to help out, we can just ask. Okay, so going back to the themed weeks, we have 1 week for trivia and then 1 week for spooky stuff, but we still need to fill up days of the week. So does everybody think that having 3, like the Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday for trivia is enough, or should we try to fill up the Monday and the Wednesday as well? Does anyone have any thoughts? Is having trivia every single day of the week overkill, or okay, 3 days is enough? Okay, but then what about the last week of October? We only have a fall paint night on the Wednesday and a horror movie night on the Friday. I feel like that's not. Oh, Emma, you can go ahead.
Well, if we're gonna do 2 Stranger Things murder mysteries, could we move the second one to one of the days that we don't have filled out yet?
Ooh, that would be a really good idea. We shouldn't do it on a Saturday again because in case people who are like, oh, I'm busy on Saturday and, you know, I don't know. I have to see everybody, like every single moderator's availability and everything. So it's, oh, Adrian says, would that be another one of Dipty's paint events for that week or fall food workshop? Dipty, do you know a date for the lantern workshop and whether we can schedule any of your workshops in that week?
I don't have date for the lantern workshop. Obviously, I'll check when we have no events and maybe we place it in that during that period. For the pumpkin carving, the date that suggestion that I have got is 23rd and 13th, but we don't necessarily have to do that. Even it's just the discussion I have with this test.
Okay. So I think maybe the lantern craft one could be on a Thursday, and then I want to host the cooking one maybe on the Tuesday, the 27th. Yeah, because I have these vegan salted caramel filled pretzel cookies that are so delicious, and maybe I can teach people how to make it. And I don't know if people in the food workshop chat have come up with any ideas for food workshops we could do, but I don't know. Let me ask right now while I have everybody here. I forgot who was part of the group chat. I think it was Fiona. That's all I remember. Sorry, and Ahad. So do you have any ideas for like fall themed recipes that people could teach? And it doesn't have to be like a super professional chef if you can't find one. It can just be like you teaching it or like your mom or your friend or someone. Abby has listed, so you can go ahead.
I think I mentioned in the chat. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but pumpkin spice, that's very, very fall, very autumn. Another thing could be like something maybe like almost Thanksgiving style, like a Thanksgiving meal, something like you could have like a couple options, so like a vegan option and like a meat option, so like a turkey as like a meat option, or if there's like a vegan option, like I don't know. I always have turkey, so I don't know what the vegan option would be. Jen, you'd know better. And then like mashed potatoes and like gravy and stuff.
Yeah, there's vegan like turkey. You make it out of tofu, and it's actually really good.
Okay.
But okay, if somebody were to host a pumpkin spice thing, please like do it because I do not like pumpkin spice and I do not want to go and buy pumpkin spice and like pretend to love it and host a workshop about it. So whoever loves pumpkin spice can please take that on. Fiona, you can go ahead.
Going what Abby said, turkey is a good Thanksgiving thing because it's during the fall. Like you said, you can do the vegan turkey thing too. I don't mind hosting it, but like I do need to test if I can work Zoom with my cooking because it's like really hard to coordinate if it's a live stream. But I am down to host any food workshop because I'm majority of things I have is at my home already.
You know what? Maybe if you are concerned about Zoom with your devices, maybe you can do an Instagram live. That way we won't have to worry about Eventbrite signups. We can just promote it. And then even if people don't know about it, they can get a notification that we're live. And then you can just, you know, have your phone and then like show people. And then if people have questions, they can ask in the chat. And then we can like do, because on Instagram, you can do like your personal account and then have like co-host with the events account. So that way I can be talking to you while you make the food.
I can try to like do like a run with my friend with Zoom and see how that goes and report back to the food group chat. But I am down to host any food workshop if that's so.
Okay. We should have a food workshop every week. I love food so much.
I cook every day, so it's like a food workshop for me.
That's awesome. So far, it looks like the last week of October is like filled with tentative events. The week of the 19th, we have Wednesday and Thursday free. The week before that is just trivia. And then the week before that is like in 2 weeks. So that's pretty last minute. We just have 2 photography workshops, but we have Wednesday and Thursday free. So Fiona, if you think you can get things ready, do you think like Thursday, October 8th is too short notice, or would you prefer having like October 21st or 22nd?
I don't mind the dates, but I think I can try to get everything ready before the next events committee meeting to report back.
Ooh, the next one is October 7th, so maybe it's better to do like an event on the 21st and 22nd. It might be too short notice.
Okay. I'll probably pick 21st because I don't have school on that day.
Oh, that's awesome. I already put down food and the 21st before you even said that.
Wow.
Awesome. Because I have class on Thursday, so like I want to attend this and I couldn't if it was on a Thursday. Okay, so it looks like our October calendar is pretty much filled, which is awesome. This is so exciting. And I will touch base with event leads after this meeting just to have more confirmed things. So for our next meeting, we can pass a bunch of motions for these events. Any other questions? Like, did I miss any October events so far? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next discussion item, which is casino night. I'm going to speed through this really quick. Basically, Dipti and I talked about having a casino night probably because I thought it would be a cool idea, but then there's like legal implications because when you hear the word casino, it's like, oh no, like gambling, illegal. Even if we use fake money, that's not really a good look for us. So I think instead of doing like a casino night, maybe we could host some sort of game night, but we don't have Jackbox yet. I don't know if anyone's computer is powerful enough to handle Jackbox and Zoom and screen sharing. So I just brought this up as a discussion item to like update everyone and ask, like, are your computers okay? Is anybody's computers powerful enough to handle a game night? That's something I forgot to mention too, like because I know Jackbox has that trivia, spooky trivia game thing. That could be something that we can play. Oh, upload speed is horrible on Zoom. But think about it like this. By next week or like by October, we'll have the premium Zoom version. So would it be different then? Oh, it needs to be on Discord. We don't have a Discord. That's the thing. The SFSS does not have like a Discord for students. So it would have to be on Zoom or on Twitch or something. But we also don't have a Twitch account. So Poom asks, what time is this? Like, it depends on the event lead. Honestly, whenever the event lead would want it to be, I would prefer it to be like in October. But yeah, it really depends. If we make a Discord server, I think there's also legal implications, especially because it's not, yeah, it's just really complicated. Okay, Poom says there's too many events already. That is true, but I really think a Jackbox game night would be really fun. That's why like we have so many people on the events committee. So it's not just one person taking on all of these events. It's just different people like spreading out the workload. Poom says I would do event lead only if November. What about Sunday, November 1st? Heather, you can go ahead.
Sorry, this is not related to the topic we're talking about. So Julia just replied she wants help with CMNSE wants help with sales tickets. So if like the social media at SFSS, she says, can help us like advertise the event.
That's easy. Heather, you can just submit a work order to Sindhu and then say like share these posts and then like link the posts.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, Poom, would Sunday, November 1st work for like a game night? No, but that's like a month, more than a month away. Okay, let me think. When ideally I want as few events around as possible. Why? Okay. We don't have anything planned for November right now, so honestly you can like have your pick of dates. Too many events, less people for each one. But consider too many events, more opportunity for people who can't make it to one event to go to the other event. Okay. I guess, Poom, if you want to do it in November, there's still lots of time to plan, so we don't have to waste time talking about it. Okay, about the spam thing, I think we space out our posting on SFSS Events Instagram, and the more we post, the more the Instagram algorithm thinks, like it just shows up on more people's feeds, because before, we didn't post a lot and we didn't have a lot of followers, but ever since we started posting all the October events, I think we went from like 900 followers to 1,000 or something like that. But I'm not like an expert at analyzing these numbers. So I guess we can ignore think about the spooky trivia game night later on, because it's still quite a ways away. So I'm just gonna move on to Murder Mystery Night test run update. So Emma, did you want to give an update?
Sure. I think overall it went really well. We had about like 5 people come to test out the certain games, and we figured that a couple of them were just a bit too challenging. So we have a meeting on Friday to discuss those and make them a bit easier. And then we decided the actual date will be October 24th, 7 to 9.
And I think we might do another test run as well, because we didn't have enough people show up so that I didn't have the chance to test out the breakout rooms. And we'll need to use the breakout rooms for the actual event. So yeah. Thanks for the update, Emma. Now we're finally on to discussion item 6.6, which is Dipty's social media marketing event. Thanks for your patience, Dipty. Do you want to go ahead and talk about it now?
Yeah, no worries at all. So I know Embark, right? Jennifer is planning social media marketing, but that one is, I think, the detailed one. The one we are planning right now, it's more like for student groups, like our clubs and student unions. It's to teach them the tips and tricks about how to get more followers and draw attention to their social media posts. This one will be hosted by a professional again, and the name of the presenter is Rebecca Coleman, and she is a social media marketing strategist. I did submit an event plan, so I think everyone should have it. It's pretty simple, very straightforward. The event is on September 30th. Due to the date her restriction, we couldn't really get her later in October. So this is on Wednesday, September 30th from 3:30 to 4:30. It's an hour long. Yeah, I guess that's it. Do you guys have any question or concern about this?
Okay, Wednesday the 30th. 3:30. Put this down.
And Shirley will be hosting this event, and she will moderate any questions or concerns comes out from the students.
Okay. Abby says sounds like a great event. I agree. I think tickets are out already. There's like a Facebook event up and everything. So feel free to share it with people you know, like club executives. Any further discussion on this event? I think it's a great idea. A lot of people would have value from this. I know a lot of club executives would love to come. I'll invite them. Okay, doesn't look like there's any more discussions, so I'm going to move on. I'm so sorry for whoever's gonna make these minutes. Everything's like all over the place because of the amendments. Okay, wait, we have another discussion item, Food Justice Webinar Facilitator. Okay, so before this meeting started, we had an informal discussion with Anuki, the event lead, because she had to leave early and couldn't stay for the whole meeting. So we kind of needed somebody to facilitate the food justice event happening this Saturday at 1 p.m. And Abby said he would be able to, so that's awesome. Also, we talked about the second part of this food justice webinar, which would be happening, like I'm not sure when it will be happening, but it will have the Indigenous speaker talk about the land in relation to like food justice and their culture. So I was wondering, is anybody able or interested in facilitating this event? And if you are, I would need to know what day you are available because we can work around your availability. Let me see the speaker's availability or the facilitator. The facilitator says between 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. is better on Monday to Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday are a bit more flexible. So is anybody free on Thursdays and Fridays? I would do it, but like my schedule is packed. So if somebody could, you know, just go to the event and all you have to do is just facilitate, and like if the speaker needs anything you would help them, and if somebody asks a question in the chat you would ask it verbally for the speaker so that in case they miss it in the chat. It's pretty low barrier. All you'd have to do is just be at the event. Is anybody interested in helping out and being at this food justice event for the Indigenous workshop one? If nobody lists themselves, I'm gonna call on people. So please say something, even if you can't. If you don't want to be there, maybe just say like I like this event or whatever. Okay, let's see who I'm gonna pick on. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to list yourself. Okay, Abby says I can't make it, sorry. Okay, then I won't call on Abby. 5. Okay, Emma says I like this event, but I don't think I can make it. Okay, I won't call on Emma either. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think I'm going to call on Yashvir. Are you able to make it? I'm busy on Thursdays and Fridays. Okay. Is anybody free on Thursdays and Fridays?
Did you have a time in mind for this one, Jen? I forgot if you already mentioned that.
No. For this workshop on Thursdays and Fridays, it can be any time. So is anybody free on the Thursday or Friday? And it can be any Thursday or Friday in the next few weeks. Okay, I'm gonna pick on Adrienne next. Sorry, I know you spoke up earlier. Were you asking about the time? Like, are you available on Thursday and Friday?
I was gonna check because I really do like the idea of this event. I'm just trying to think about my schedule because it's really jam-packed. So are you aiming to have this one in October?
It can be any time in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So it could be like October 8th, 9th, or October 1st and 2nd.
Okay, let me check here. October 1st. Yeah, I think that should work for me.
On the Thursday or the Friday?
Maybe Thursday. I just have a meeting with my boss, and then Friday my class is I think 9 to 12.
Oh, that's when my class is. I have class from 9 to 12 and then a board meeting from 1 to 4. So like I really can't make it on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
But would after 12 work for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like I work till 5, but like I can take my in lieu time then.
Okay, so any time between 12 and 5?
Like anytime like 12 and whenever.
Okay, I'll just touch base with you later
Sure.
and ask. Okay, thanks, Adrienne. I am going to move on with the agenda. I think next we have a bunch of updates, and I'll speed through these really quickly because all of the documents are there. I sent them out like yesterday. So the first update is time management with Shay Hayashi. We had like 70 something people sign up for this, but like 20 something actually came. But a lot of them said that they were going to review the workshop recording after, and we also gave them worksheets and stuff that they could work on. And then right after that, we had the Adobe Illustrator workshop, and I think 60 something people signed up, and like 20-ish came. By the end, it was like 15, 16-ish. And I think it went really well, except the only difficulty we had was like we couldn't see what students were working on and if they were catching up. So it was kind of hard to tell. But like that's what happens when things are hosted online. We also had a Figma workshop. That one went super well. It was really fun. People were like super impressed with how Figma worked because you can literally just like make a few boxes, drag a few arrows, and then you have like what seems to be a functioning app that like responds to you. And then we redesigned the Spotify interface. And with Figma, since it's like an online collaborative tool, all you had to do was make an account and it works in your web browser. And what we did was instructors, if people had questions, instructors would go to that person's specific page and then help them with the question. And then everybody else would watch and see what the solution is. And that one went super well, except the recording, we had to crop it a little bit because there were some people's faces on the side of the screen. So, but I did take notes during the workshop. So if people can't see what's going on because we cropped it, then there's the notes and I have all the screenshots and everything. And then working with Tech Bytes, who provided instructors, it was amazing. They were super grateful to be collaborating with SFSS and they expressed a lot of interest in collaborating again in the future. The only issue is like, since we don't have a lot of minutes right now and there's like a lot of forms to track down, and I hate filling out forms, we need to like figure out a way to keep track of all the reimbursements because right now I've been paying like instructors like out of my own pocket, and then I have to wait for the minutes to be done. I have to wait for instructors to like fill out the honorarium form and send it to me. And then that after all of that, I will get reimbursed. So that was like the only kind of concern I had. Otherwise, the workshops went super well. I wished more people would sign up and actually come, but like it's to be expected that so many people would sign up and maybe they got busy and couldn't make it anymore. And that's why we recorded the workshop so that people can watch it later at on their own time. For Dance Week and the dance workshops, Karishma's not here today, but she is going to submit her post-event report soon. I think it went really well. We had the Instagram takeovers and there was some engagement from that because all the different dance groups on campus were also promoting SFSS events, and then they were like, check out our takeover on SFSS events. And I'm pretty sure we got a bunch of new followers, which is awesome. The dance workshops, I couldn't make it to the hip hop one because it was at the same time as the Figma workshop, but I heard it went really well. People actually turned on their cameras and like did the dance. I went to the Afro dance one. That one was really fun. It was amazing because I usually wouldn't like go to dance workshops, but it was actually really fun. We had quite a turnout. It was less than the other workshops. I think it was like 6 to 10 people who actually like turned on their cameras and danced. But we received a lot of good feedback. Everyone in the chat was like, thank you so much. I had a lot of fun. And then the instructor, who was from SFU SoCa, also had a lot of fun. So it was a nice collaboration. And the bullet journaling workshop happened yesterday, and it was really fun. I posted a bunch of snippets from the workshop on the SFSS events Instagram story. And I feel like I want to do that more in the future. So if you're an event lead and you're going to an event, feel free to just take pictures and take videos and then post it on our story so we can get more engagement from our followers. And that workshop recording will be up soon as well. And yeah, that's all the updates I had. If nobody has questions about the updates, I will move on. But you can read all the post-event reports that I wrote up. It's attached in my email. But yeah, I'll move on because I feel like people are getting tired and we're getting to the end of our meeting now. So the last thing we have is an announcement. So remember that today is a pet social event. So that's happening from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., but it probably won't go that long. If you want to meet a cute ferret and a cute kitty and many other pets, feel free to drop by and let me know. Yeah, it'll be a fun time. Okay, so I will move on to adjournment. So be it resolved to adjourn the meeting at 1:24 p.m. Can I get a mover?
Abby?
Thank you, Abby. Can I get a seconder?
Fiona.
Thank you, Fiona. Shoot, now I wish I waited a minute because 25 is my favorite number, but whatever. So be it resolved to adjourn the meeting at 1:24 p.m. All in favor seeking unanimous consent? Okay, so motion carries and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you everyone for sticking around for during this super long meeting. Nothing compared to board meetings though. That one's like 3 or 4 hours long. But yeah, I will touch base with you all later and send a debrief email. So thanks for coming. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks everyone.